morning, everyone. We are Group 4. Our app is called Virtual Reminder. And I am Aditya. I'm a Canadian counterpart of the group.
I'm Cheryl. I'm also a Canadian.
Yeah, my name is Mikkel and I'm from Denmark.
My name is Martin. I'm also from Denmark.
Hello, my name is Alina. I'm an international based in Denmark.
So our idea is a virtual reminder system for patients, dementia patients. It can be used by doctors and family members for the patients as well. So the doctor and the family members can include reminders for the patient, what they have to do throughout the day. Each reminder is only for the day for the patient. So a reminder can be like an activity they have to do, or a doctor's appointment, or if they need to watch a TV show or something. The main feature of this system as well is activities the patient can do. There's three main activities: physical activities, social activities, and mental activities. These activities is also recorded for the patient, for the doctor, so he can see the patient's progress throughout the dementia. So if it's delayed or if it's worsened, the doctor will move throughout these mental activities or also physical activities. In social activities, there's a lot of communication with the family members, so they will daily try and get to know them, remember the family members all the time.
This is our website. On the main page, we are showing our three market segments: the patients, the doctors, and the families. On the patient side, they have to log in based on their image, and as a security pattern, they have to write the family name to make sure that they access their own accounts and not others. As said before, we have the three main features for the patients: the exercises, memory games, and activities. For the memory games, they can play a game in order to train their memory. As a social activity, we have some speech exercises where they can choose one of the images and talking groups in order to make sure that they socialize with someone, that they feel that they are part of the community, so that they don't isolate themselves. Another social activity is the social dialogue, where they can actually communicate with their family members or friends. They also have the reminders, where they can see the activities that they have to do for the day. They can also add the new ones, and where they can specify the title, the hour, time, other notes. Let's say that they added watch TV serial, because they just like the serial and they want to watch it at that time. They also have the ability to delete it. But the ones in red are the ones that the doctors and the family members did, so they cannot be deleted. So the patient cannot delete those activities. They also have an information where there are actually the instructions, like what they can do, like on each page. For example, on this page you have to choose your image to log in, which is followed by an audio system, and it's directed to the 3D model where it's talking on the same time. For the doctors, they have the normal login system, where they have an overview of all the patients, and they can monitor them, in the meaning that they can see if they did an activity or not, and the history, what they did what were the last things that they did. They also have the ability to add tasks for them, and they can also see the progress from each feature that the patients had. For example, on the memory games, they can see how well they did and how many times they played and how much time they took for each game to play. They can also add a new patient where they have like the normal form, like first name, last name, the past treatments that they had. They can also do attachments and images. And after they create the patient, only then they will actually appear here on the patient login. As for the family, they also have the normal login, and they also have like an overview for what the family members are doing. They can also add tasks for them if they would like, and they also have the social dialogue so that they can communicate with the family.
I would be explaining more about the technology we use and adding on to what Elena said. So we needed an MVP at the end of this project. So we created an MVP in Unity. We chose Unity because we just built one thing and then we can distribute it to multiple platforms such as Android, iOS, Mac, web, or desktops. So in our first screen, we can see a speaker which speaks to you. So it says, to log in, please select your image. So because users are they are suffering for Alzheimer's and they are old people, it might be difficult for them to use technology. So we have a person speaking to them to what to do. And in the future, we are also thinking of using the voices of our own family members to make it more personalized. And it's better for the patient to interact with someone who is a part of their family. So we click on the picture, we enter our last name, press connect. So we can choose any of the tasks here, and it's just the same thing, but it's an app which is working. We also use the Google Firebase database for our authentication, handling the data, whatever we collect. We can add a task, we can just close it up. We have like memory games. So the lady asked us, what are we playing today? So it makes us feel like someone is asking us, hey, want to come and play with me, or let's play something. So which is like, so that's what the voice is for there. So it's something to make a more personal attachment to the app, it's one of the features which would make the user to come back to the app again and again. And if we just have a simple memory game, so it's the most common game. So you have to match the cards, and there's a timer going on there. So the longer you take, the worse the scenario is getting, that means. So the time goes into the database with the date the user played it and the time the user played it. And yes, and whenever you match them all, it just ends the game. And it's the data is stored in the database. And social activities, we have like, so speech exercises is just, we are also thinking of distributing our apps to elderly homes and homes for patients suffering for dementia. So we have common objects in our daily life, or we can have pictures from the person, from the user's life itself. So, and they can talk about it in small groups of people, or we have the AI which can talk to them. So that's it for our apps. Thank you.